Our nanny came to me crying because my husband told her to only speak English around our daughter, and I didn't realize until that moment how deeply he's been struggling with feeling left out of our family. Posted by you, Nora19294. My husband Eric and I have been married for 5 years. We have one child, a 4-year-old little lady named Catherine. We both work busy jobs, but I'm a writer, and I usually work from home or from my office down the street. Our live-in nanny, Ella 45F, has been with us for about 6 months. She is incredible at her job, and she's honestly become part of the family. The other day, Catherine, my husband and I were driving somewhere in the car and my daughter said, "Want to hear me talk like Ella?" And she started speaking Spanish. I'm not fluent, but I know enough to know that she was really speaking it, not just pretending. I was really impressed and told her great job, keep practicing, etc. My husband didn't really respond, but I didn't think anything of it at the time. Then tonight, just now, Ella came to my office after Eric got home and took over watching Catherine. She was really quiet, which isn't like her, and she apologized for teaching Catherine Spanish without asking. My response was basically, what? I told her, completely confused, that I had no problem with that, and I actually think it's a fantastic idea. I wish somebody had taught me when I was little, especially where we live in Southern California. It's a great skill to have. So I reassured her that I would actually appreciate it if she would keep teaching Catherine the language. Ella then told me that Eric had just asked her to please only speak English around Catherine. Ella has gone back to our house for the night, but I'm still sitting in my office fuming. I am beyond furious with Eric, and I know I need to collect myself before going home and speaking to him. First of all, I feel like he's damaged our relationship with Ella, who's been nothing but wonderful to us and our daughter. Secondly, I cannot for the life of me understand why it's a bad thing for our young daughter to learn a very useful second language, which she'll probably have to learn later in school anyway. Eric has never expressed any racism. If he had, we wouldn't be married. That's a deal breaker for me, but I can't see any other explanation for this. And finally, I am furious that he made the decision to talk to Ella without me. That's not how a partnership should work. A, where do I begin in addressing this with him? And B, how do I make it clear to Ella that she's free to speak whatever language she wants around our daughter? Relevant comments. Commenter 1. I'm in medical school, and one of my good friends in class grew up with a nanny who taught him Spanish, and he is still fluent to this day. So many of our patients are Spanish-speaking only, and they are blown away when this white dude with a Jew fro walks in and speaks to them in their native language. He doesn't have to wait for an interpreter like the rest of us. I am so jealous and wish I had paid more attention in Spanish class because it's a big advantage to have. Commenter 2. Medical resident here, can confirm. Ability to speak Spanish is vital, especially if you're in an area where most of the people speak only Spanish. At this early age, picking up languages should be pretty easy for your child. I would urge you to try and have your daughter pick up a second language. She's learning it for free and can make a positive impact on her life in the future. Update, 5 days later. Holy wow, thank you so much to the hundreds of people who commented with advice. I can't believe how many helpful opinions I got. So after my original post, I took some time to simmer down and then went home. Catherine and Ella had already gone to bed, so I sat down with Eric and asked if he could explain why he didn't want Catherine learning Spanish. I know a lot of people said that I should approach it in a less straightforward way, so he wouldn't find out that Ella had snitched on him, but I made it clear that I found out because she apologized, and not because she was telling on him or anything. We had a very long conversation, and it turns out that Eric feels like he's missing Catherine's childhood. He doesn't enjoy his job anymore, and he feels jealous of me because I got the career I wanted, and I still get to spend more time with our daughter than he does. I'm a screenwriter, and he's an exec at a media company, but he always wanted to be an actor. Apparently, he feels like he gave up his dream for money, and he wishes he worked in a creative job like I do. I had no idea how down he was feeling about everything. After talking it through, we came to the conclusion that he already felt left out of Kay's life, and didn't want to feel further excluded if she becomes fluent in a language he can't understand. I told him that I understood this, but thought it was really selfish of him, and he agreed that Catherine should continue learning Spanish. He felt really bad about his conversation with Ella and apologized to her first thing the next day. We called Ella's grown-up daughter, really great girl in her early 20s, and found out about this fancy restaurant that Ella has always dreamed of going to. We took Ella and her daughter for a surprise dinner there, and gave her a card and flowers to thank her for being a great tia to Catherine. So the whole language issue has been resolved, and now Eric and I have to figure out what to do next about the existential crisis he seems to be having. We're in a good financial position, and I suggested the possibility of him leaving his job or taking acting classes on the side. He's still unsure about what to do, but I think he definitely feels better about having it out in the open. Thank you all again for your help.